Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to make a video about the Pikachu on the ball. This is a pretty wild story, and I think one that will be interesting for years to come. This thing was a disaster, an absolute disaster. There's definitely a lot of people that got boned on this one. We got a promo that was supposed to be released for people within the futsal league, basically a children league futsal indoor soccer, if you will. And so the cards were extremely expensive when they came out. I think the last I saw before this recent release, re-release, whatever you want to call it, was they were, I think they were still $1,000. It's pretty wild to think, considering now you get one with every 15 European dollarino purchase. So if you don't have one yet, I still suggest you grab one. If this is something that you're ever going to want in your collection, now is the time to do so. We've seen some sketchy stuff of whether it was sold out, not sold out, but they seem pretty widely available now. Fairly inexpensive. Maybe a good time to get a friend from the UK and trade them something. I know that's what I did. In order to get a copy of this for your binder, to grade, whatever you want to do with it. Now's the time. People are going to, no doubt, with everything, with every promo, they sleep on it, and they don't get it when it's very available, and then next thing you know, it's not available anymore, and people are like, oh no, I wanted that. They probably didn't want it all that much until it wasn't available. Everyone wants what they can have, but again, now's the time to pick it up. Same with the special delivery Pikachu. It was very available. It wasn't available for that long, but it was a free promo. You purchase something, you get it for free. A lot of these promos work that way. It's a Pikachu, so it's popular. It's got to be printed in abundance at this point in time. We're seeing people sell like lots of 10, lots of 5. I think there were some bigger ones here too. Flipping through here, we got 10. I think I've seen some for like 20. Here we got 20 for 486. This is American dollars, dollarinos. But yeah, it's a good time to pick it up now. It's very cheap. Get one, or forever hold your peace. I mean, even if you wanted to grab a couple, probably not a bad thing. It's wild to me that the Pokemon company essentially just absolutely dumped on the secondary market with this stuff. So when the initial release made it as limited as it was, to the point that people were joking, I think they were joking, about adopting children and or paying for a team to enter into the futsal league in order to get the promos, then this was some serious stuff. I think that would have been a better idea, maybe if they sold these promos, and essentially that paying for the one promo would pay for somebody's a kid's chance to play. I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be a way better release than what they did, especially because it was supposed to just go to the members of the team. I don't know if the staff, if the coach or anything like that got any of these, but each of the players were supposed to receive a kit where they got one of these. The other 4 promos, on the ball promos, they're just like the normal game release. Buy something that's Pokemon related, get a promo, here you go. I'm sure depending on the store, they probably limit you to 1, maybe 1 per day. If it's anything like GameStop, then it kind of varies from store to store, and even the GameStops that I go to, sometimes they change the rules every time. So you just gotta find out where the goalpost has been moved to. But it's always nice to get a free promo anytime that you buy stuff. I mean, it makes, essentially, if you think about it, it makes whatever you're purchasing very inexpensive. So if you're in the UK right now and you're buying stuff, it's probably a good idea to be getting these promos when you buy stuff at game, and trade them, whatever you got to do. Trade them, sell them. If you don't want them, put them in your pocket, walk around with them, show them off at the bar. Ladies love code cards and Pikachus on the balls. So we got an E4 thread here, interesting one. Where it seems like there's a lot of confusion with this promo, so we'll read through that real quick. We have Slade. Thanks, Slade, for making this thread. Pikachu on the ball, release information November 22. Again, man, my sympathies to anyone that purchased these, even purchased one prior to the release. The only difference is the insert card, I believe. So the promo itself really doesn't have any different factor to it. So maybe someone out there will want to pay extra for one that's sealed with the different insert. I think it's a different insert. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what someone said. Slade says, so I wanted to get some more information about this release, the release recently, and not the one that happened 2 years ago with the kids event. I know this release was given away after spending £15 or more at any game store in the UK, but I'm getting some information that they have run through their stock in about 4 days. I have contacted other eBay sellers, and the consensus is that they are at a print of Pikachu on the ball. This is surprising to me since these giveaways, in the USA anyway, usually have enough supply for weeks and maybe a month before running out. Kind of unusual for a release nowadays anyway. Has anyone else heard anything like this for this promotion? We have Thurko here with 3 theories on why they ran out. I'm saying that it seems like some people are saying that they did run out, they didn't run out. So it could just depend on your store. And also just the employees that are there probably they're not sure. Or they pocketed them. Who knows? Jack says, there's so many listed on eBay that card has been ruined. To an extent. I mean, it was like a really special thing. I think it was probably, I don't know if the Pokemon Company kind of went through like a dilemma where they were like, okay, we can't have this card that we gave out to, it was supposed to go to kids, and now they're selling for thousands of dollars. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking to begin with. I don't think they were. Slade says, I mean, just look at Special Delivery Charizard. How many listings were of that card, and what price point is it at now? Not 2 cents, I'll tell you, LOL. It just comes down to supply/demand of a card. Yes, there is a good bit of it out there, but what is the demand like? Exclusive UK art with Pikachu playing soccer, which was sold for 4 days. My bet is this thing has long-term opportunity. I mean, it's a Pikachu card. It'll do fine. I mean, for some reason, with whether it's the Special Delivery Charizard, whether it's the Pikachu on the ball, whether it's Special Delivery Pikachu, whatever, these releases, people seem to like think that they're printed to Oblivion 69. But in the end, if it's a popular card, it kind of doesn't matter. If it's a Charizard, if it's a Pikachu, look at the movie Mew promo. That thing, there is so many of those, like just a painful amount of them. Sometimes people send me pictures of like the Mew movie promos, and they're like, oh my god, how does this person have so many of these? Did they sneak them out of the factory? No, they were in abundance at the time, and over the years, everyone had one. Maybe not everyone had them. Again, most people had one. If you went to the movie, you got one. There was probably leftovers. There were probably people that just had a box of them or whatever. They were everywhere. Jack says it can't bottom out much more. It's 1% of its max. Exactly. Also a little, so you can't, this is no longer the same promo that it was. You now have to consider it as the 15-pound special. Again, it's still a Pikachu, guys. You still need it for the futsal set. You still need it for a Pikachu set for all the Pikachu collectors that aren't collecting yet. They're going to need one eventually. It's Pikachu. Don't underestimate Pikachu. Don't underestimate Charizard. Don't underestimate promos that are popular. Slade says exactly, XD. Also, from a little birdie, I heard a pretty big whale in a hobby bought 100 sealed packs yesterday. Nice. Crazy55, you can still order off-game website, it seems. Each item is limited to 1, though. Correction, 1 per order. Yeah, so this makes sense. I mean, that's the same way that the Pokemon Center does it. With EB Games, which is now GameStop in Canada and the US, I don't think you can even ever get them in orders. You have to go into the store itself in order to get them. So interesting that you can actually order and get one online, apparently. Slade says, really? All the people I talked to said it was sold out. Anyway, thanks for the info. So that's the thing. If you talk to one game store, sometimes they don't know. It's this weird thing where they don't really know what's going on. Maybe they didn't receive them yet. Maybe they're getting more. Typically, they don't know exactly. I've run into this many times with the promo stuff. We get like wild theories because someone thinks that they didn't get them or never getting them, and then they did get them or they will get them eventually, and sometimes they just don't get them. It makes no sense, but that's kind of how it works. It's I think there's a lot less put into it than meets the eye. All right, I believe someone purchased this card, FOMO, for £3,000 before it became common / easy to get for 20 pounds. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, sorry, European dollarinos. Yeah, man, when it first came out, I think it was a few $1,000s. Like when the first couple copies came to light. Man, absolutely wild. I don't know. I have no idea what they were thinking. Same with, I don't know what they were thinking with like the Bidoof. With the special delivery Charizard, maybe they must have like held off on that as long as they did because they knew they needed more. This maybe they were seeing these big price tags on it, and they're just like, well, we gotta do something about this. But at the same time, like you're burning a lot of people there. Like anyone that bought one early, when you dump on a card this hard, whether they were just looking to put one in their collection and were afraid that it was going to become more expensive, clearly that didn't happen. But that's a tough lesson to learn. I mean, patience is a good thing, but at the same time, I totally understand if someone wanted to pick up a single copy for their collection. Very maybe a learning lesson here in case anyone's trying to stonk dog on an expensive limited promo in English. There's always the risk there. It's a risky business. Based on the eBay results, this card / set, although exclusive, is quite common now to get and isn't worth the attention it first got. Wonder what the future holds for exclusively released cards for school kids. I believe all the adults were scrambling to get this card. Yeah, they definitely were. And that's the thing. Just like you can't do super limited and release it in that way. It doesn't work. The only way that you can do this, well, no, you can't even do it. There's no way that you could, even if it was like 1-to-1, if somebody could pay for a futsal season, their registration or something, again, which I would think would be a much better cause and reason to have a promo like this. Yeah, no matter what, the card's going to get expensive because it's limited. There's people, completionists, especially in the Pikachu realm, that are going to want it, where it's a part of a set of 5 where the other 4 are obtainable, and then this one wasn't. And there's people that want the full set of futsal cards. So it's in this area that, like, even if people want to keep it as its pure thing, for the kids that are playing in the league, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen that way, unfortunately. Not a good time. Zubat says, I'm one of those Americans that loves hating soccer, and I wasn't going to buy this, but it's too cute. Purchased. You weren't going to purchase it for $1,000, but for $15, $20. I hope Pokemon pulls this kind of stunt more frequently. Yeah, that was wild. I mean, they did that a little bit of a shaftaroonie on the not just necessarily the Scalpy Whelps, but a lot of the people in general that were just like that were afraid to miss out on the special delivery Charizard. It's like it was super limited at first, so then like even you had distributors and game stores that were charging more for it because they didn't know the quantity that was coming later on. You would think that like if the Pokemon company decided, hey, we need a whole lot more of these Charizard UPCs, they would let everyone know and keep calm. It's going to be all right. Instead, now the price is tanked down to whatever they charge at retail because they're everywhere. Still probably something that's going to be desired long term. It's a Charizard box. It's got 3 friggin' alt-art Charizards in it, a bunch of packs, sleeves and playmat and all that fun stuff. So like no one wants it right now because it's super available, but everyone was in full panic. And then people paid more than they should have because there was no indication that more was coming out. Not as much of an absolute slap in the butt cheeks as the Pikachu on the ball, but definitely something that's not I would say not enjoyable for people. Like if people get burned in the hobby like that, even if it's a collector that just wanted one or two of them, maybe one to open, maybe one to display or whatever, they're gonna be pissed off when it's half the price. It's not good. It's not good for anyone. Blastoise. If you have the original version, it's worth keeping that one sealed. The promo backing card has the 2020 copyright and is printed in the USA. These new cards have inserts marked 2022 and are printed in Belgium. The cards themselves are identical, though, in copyright year. Very cool. Negative ones that I bought are marked 2020. I think he's talking just the backing. Yeah, the white cardboard on the back. Turn it over. Oh, LOL, but if I open it up, poof, made in 2020 first wave. Is that time traveling? LOL? The cards themselves are identical, though, in copyright year, as stated in my original post. The white insert is where the difference is. As PSA great promos and wrappers, it could be worth doing if someone wanted to, I guess. I don't know if they would ever do this. Would they grade it separately if they're taking it out of the package themselves and they see that it has the backing card? Because they're not going to put the backing card in the case. Maybe you'd need like a double PSA card holder. PSA. I'll give me 10% and you can use my idea. Double card. I guess that would work for like legend cards too. Double card holder. One slab. 2 cards. It's starting to sound more like a pornography. Jack 2357. Definitely a way to go. Slade, but is there really a buyer for that? I don't really understand picking petals with this kind of stuff, especially with 99% of collectors will take this card and grade it outside the plastic. I see this as completely worthless information in terms of value. There's no way the average buyer / collector is going to value the white blank card behind the Pikachu on the ball. Could be wrong, but I see this as the aftermath of people trying to justify their 2K purchase of a card that was later released and valued at $20. Yeah. I'm off buying up the first printings now. Not everything is about buying, selling value. It's just a bit of interesting trivia so collectors can see which release their card originated from. A seal collector / completionist might choose to add both versions to their collection if they wanted to or not. The only thing is that, like, there's no way they're going to pay anywhere close to that, like $2,000. And I think personally, if I ever bought something that was $2,000 and it turned into $20, I think at that point you just hold on to it. It's just forever. Maybe you turn it into like a chocolate milk coaster, TCG player style. EV Team, this seems so niche, collecting both seal packs with different inserts. The time you would invest searching all listings and finding ones with different copyright date sounds awful. Actually, this is your thing. Smiley face. Well, guys, you guys let me know what you think. Did you pick up one of these already? I did. I think I have it. I have a couple of them here somewhere on my desk. Somewhere, someday. Lost them. They're here. They're here. I got one for myself, one for Saber, for our master sets, and I think that'll probably be it. I mean, it's a nice card. It's nice to have the set of 5. I'm really glad I didn't have to spend $2,000 on the Pikachu to go with the other 4. That would have been painful, but at the same time, I feel for anyone that got bamboozled by the Pokemon Company who re-released this same card. Guys, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Join the Discord. Bye.